What's going on, brothers? Welcome back to another show here on the Oshay Vlog Cast Channel. I'm your man, Oshay Duke Jackson, man, and we got a special show for you today with some very great information. And when I'm with my boy, man, Kevin, we people call him Teddy, you know what I mean? Like not like Teddy Pendergrass, more like Teddy Repskin. Kevin Teddy Waffler, man, who was a part of the Charles Tyler regime, man, over in the Black Man's Options Group, formerly Brazilian Women Would You Date? And so we're gonna be here with some exciting news, man. I want to, really introduce this good brother, man. He's just a cool brother. Y'all guys know him. Aaron Ferris knows you. I know him. And go ahead and just introduce yourself, man. Let them know who you are, player.
What's good? What's good, man? I done made it. It's your Real Talk New York. It's your man Kev. If you see me on Facebook, it's Kevin Teddy Waffler, but that's all the nicknames and the governments for everybody listening, man. But I made it, man. I'm on the O'Shea Jackson show. That's just what it is right here. You know what I mean?
Right. So you done made it big time. And now you can retire. You can die after today.
After today is it.
Heaven, man.
I'm good.
But thank you, brother, man. Not only for just coming on to the show, man. You're kind of a guy on kind of like under the radar, kind of behind the scenes, man. But you have really put a lot of black men on, in this part of black male empowerment on social media, where there's Facebook, or some parts of YouTube. But let me before we get into some of the stuff we're talking about. When did you start traveling and start getting out of the matrix and started viewing things for yourself?
Um, so I guess I started. I would say about close to 4 years ago now.
Okay.
Um, I was in a long-term relationship with a young lady in New York City, and things just ain't go right. Um, and shit left me kind of salty. So like all brothers, that we look for ways to um, become better, right? Become better men. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had a good job. I had my own place. I had my own car. Ladies love me from Harlem. You already know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but I was on YouTube one day and I came across Frustrated the movie. Came
All right.
across Charles Tyler, and he was talking about Brazil, and I had no intentions of going to Brazil at the time, but he made it sound like it was a place to be at the time, and he made it sound like that was where brothers were going to. But actually, before I even got to Brazil, a good friend of mine I used to play semi-pro football with and junior pro football in New York. If you know what that is, it's big. Um, he was like, "Come to the DR, man. You're not ready. You can't go to Brazil unless you come to the DR." And I went to the DR for 7 days, and that's what set it off. So I was down there in Sasua, stayed at the Europa, man, had a good time. Came back with with a different type of energy, different type of mindset,
Okay.
and from that point on, we just got it cropping.
Okay. Let me give a shout out to my brother Arain Knights, man, with a 1999 super chat. Are you selling collard green sandwich today, brethren? LOL. Also, let me shout out to my brother Junk Pal video. He had made a $5 super chat yesterday. I forgot to mention it before we closed out, so I want to do that. Shout out to my boy Wode Maya. Okay, one of my favorite YouTubers, been out in China, but originally from Ghana. Mr. 70,000 something subscribers. So it's good to see him over here in the African American section of Black YouTube. You know what I'm saying? He be over here trying to, get our swag and shit. You know how he is. Man, I'm just fucking with you. So it's good to see you, brothers, man. But let me kind of get back to this whole thing about the relationship that went bad and you finding frustrated. And Al Grease has been on here before. I talked to him the other day. What was that movie about to you, and how did that movie resonate with you as an African American man living in the United States?
Well, that movie spoke to a lot of dudes. It spoke to me. The way Al Grease edited the movie, and he showed like three different things, right? He showed why we frustrated. Situations being that different men are in different situations, whether it be married and then divorced or child support. So that's the reason why guys are such frustrated. But then he also gave information on as to how to not become frustrated or how to make your life a little bit better. And then he gave that third option, which was the solution to start traveling abroad and seeing the world for what it may be, other than where you're from right now, and start really engaging in women in other countries.
Okay.
And that kind of brought us to Charles Tyler. So.
Let's talk about Charles Tyler, man, because unfortunately I didn't get a chance to meet Charles Tyler, although I talked to him, many times, and that's kind of how me and you connected. What was so powerful about the late great Charles Tyler's in his videos?
What was so powerful about Charles Tyler is it felt like he was speaking to you. Well, even
Mm-hmm.
on his YouTube video channels, right? He sat in front of his camera, he looked directly at you, and you felt that you were connected to Charles Tyler. And then at the same time, you know, you were able to actually talk to Charles Tyler. A lot of brothers may not know this, and some brothers may, but Charles used to be on Skype every day talking to 4 or 5 brothers at a time. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just a YouTube, him being on YouTube. It was, him connecting with brothers and really giving his time to brothers and figuring out how to make things work in the matrix or how to get guys out of the matrix and including making money and just different ideas and ways in helping them to get to their goals. So, that's how I met Charles. I just, he turned me on to what I do now with the trading one night, and we just took it from there, and that's how I became not only one of his admin, but one of his good friends
Okay.
in the process.
All right. So we'll talk a little about the Forex. And by the way, I have as you know, I put a lady on to you. Her name is Annie. She lives here in Poland. She's a black lady. Remember her?
Yes.
Yeah, I told her the other day. She wanted me to tell you thank you for all that you've done for her because of you, she's traded now, making money at in medical school. So I want to give a big shout out to you for that. But let me kind of get on to the relationship and not to get too personal. Before you knew about other destinations, be it DR, I know you've been to Mexico. I know you definitely been to Brazil because you was coaching me, you and Aaron and my man All Mall when I was in Brazil. What did you think your outlooks were like? Just staying in America and dealing with maybe American women. Like, what was your outlook after that relationship, and what was your outlook before that particular relationship? Typically dealing with American women.
So I guess I could start at the before process. So before I discovered Black Man's Option traveling, I thought you just had to do the same old everywhere the black man was portraying to do, right? You find somebody you can settle down with, pay half the bills with, y'all get married, have kids, and then you go through life's regular issues, right? Whatever family issues that may be as being a black male, being a black family. Um, what really kind of struck a chord with me was when I looked at my income to what I was anticipating debt to be, right? So I'm a trader, but I also look at how am I going to spend the rest of my life paying on a house or paying on a car or working with somebody else, just to get by, right? So when I was in a relationship, I saw these things and I decided to be proactive, right? When you're with somebody that you care about and you want to be with, you want to, give them the best things you can, right? So that was my mindset, grind up and get what I can get and take it from there. But the young lady I was with didn't really see it the same way I saw it. We had a clash as to how I wanted to be more of an entrepreneur and build my own thing. She was happy with just working for somebody else. And when those type of people clash, it's never good. You can't be cohesive with someone that wants to be a slave and you want to run away from the plantation. So we decided to part ways. It wasn't anything negative. It wasn't nobody cheating. There wasn't no craziness. And she's happy with who she's with, and I'm with someone that I'm happy with now. But that was my mindset before traveling, right? Just to go to work, make money, take your little 2-week vacation to Disney, and that's it. That's your life. But after I had the strength to say, you know what, I don't want to live that lifestyle. I want to be more free. I want to have more time. I want to travel. I want to get in shape. I want to do all these other things. I decided to be more of an entrepreneur. That's when things started to kind of break down in the relationship and we went our separate ways. Now, after the relationship was over, I decided that, let me get out there and see the world. And after that DR trip, man, I came back and I was, you couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? I was the man, to me anyway. couldn't tell me anything. So um, that my mindset after was definitely stronger. I came back more committed because I wanted to go on those trips more. When you come back from the DR, you come back from Brazil, come back from Colombia, your mindset is right. Get grind up and get back to those places where you had your fun at, and that's what my
Mhm.
mindset was. And I came back and I started, grinding towards that goal to Brazil. So
Okay, let me do this. Let me shout out to our brother Gardy Dennis. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. New York, New Jersey. There's a section called Ironbound and also try Broward County, Florida. Okay. I don't know what the last part was about, but thank you for the support, brother. Let me kind of talk to you about the first Dominican Republic trip and the reason why, like brothers like yourself and let me talk about Charles Tyler. I had never traveled anywhere before I had watched Charles Tyler's videos. I had just got accepted to come into medical school in Poland, and that's when I started checking out him, people like Philco. But still I was kind of like a little leery because I haven't did it for myself. But let's talk about the first time out of the country, because a lot of brothers have never been to out of the country, even to Latin America. Let's talk about the first trip to Dominican Republic. And
hmm
before we talk about the Dominican Republic trip, when you were telling other people around you that had never traveled, that you were going to the DR, what were they saying? Were they trying to stop you from going and stuff like that?
um, you get the as far as the DR, you get the little comments. Don't get don't get locked up abroad, and don't do nothing crazy, and just little stuff. Nothing nobody wasn't telling me I couldn't go or I shouldn't go, or anything like that.
Okay.
Um, and nothing like what one of my boys that went to Brazil. He actually got a call from his. I'm not gonna say his name, but he actually got a call from his parents, and they were coming to pick him up from the airport when he was going to Brazil because they were scared. Like, that was that scared. They were like, "Don't get on the plane. We're coming to get you right now." But it was something like that with me. I just told my friends and family I was going, and when I got there, of course, coming from the Matrix, your mindset is a little different if you've never traveled before.
Okay.
I'm coming from Harlem. My eyes are always open. My guard is always up. I'm always on my P's and Q's. And when you get to a town like Sosua or Puerto Plata, and you start seeing things differently, seeing different types of people, seeing how people mannerisms and how they act, you kind of on edge that first day. But
Mhm.
after that first day, man, it's on the cracking, man. You having a good time. Of course, you bring your common sense with you when you travel, but you figure that first day, man, my ego shot from a 50 to a 1,000, and that plays a big part, man, when you're coming back home.
What
Um,
what about the place that shot you? That took your ego to like you said, a 50 to a 1,000. What was it about?
just the women there, the culture, how they catered to you. Um, of course, I was out there tricking. I'm not gonna deny that. I was out there tricking. So we gonna keep it a G, keep it 100 because
Let's
I'm
go
real
ahead on the
selfish,
key with a G, brother.
I'll keep it a G. I was out there tricking, but just to how I felt when I was there, man. I had no stress. You know, I knew, compared to the Matrix, and I'm still trying to keep it PG, but compared to the Matrix, I knew what the price was when I was down there. You know what I'm saying? I knew what my time was. I knew everything up front, and all I had to do was make a decision, and I made that decision. You know what I mean? And the women treated me as a man. You know what I mean? You feel like you're the one in demand down there. Um, some brothers take it as, it's not real, it's a fake ego boost, but you take what you can take to get you to the right mind, whatever inspiration that you have in front of you, you use that to get you to the right mindset, and then you move on from there. But those first 7 days was crazy, man. It was a lot of stuff. Actually met one of the brothers that was in frustrated my second day in DR. He was staying at the hotel with me, and we talked for like 3 hours, man. And he just chopped it up to me about Brazil and game, and what to look for out here, and he actually broke the game down to me, dropped some knowledge on me, and like OG should do, man. And that's another big thing too when you brothers going to out of these countries, man. These OGs out here, the older cats, they out there, man. and they will chop it up with you. They will talk with you. They'll sit down and break bread with you. You know what I'm saying? Just take them. I mean, take them gems, man. You know, even if it don't really, reflect on your lifestyle, what you do, man. It's always good to get that information in you, man, because you never know.
Let me ask you about this because as a brother who is just starting to get his wings and traveling myself, I do notice that the conversation with the brothers who travel is a lot different than the brothers who don't. What's different between black men who are upwardly mobile, who are traveling to these places? What's their mentality in comparison to, you know what I'm saying, the niggas who don't never leave the state, the niggas who don't never leave the block? What's the difference between those two types of brothers?
So the difference is brothers that travel know their worth, right? They know who they have. They know how much they're worth. They know what their worth to society is. They know they have a talent because it takes money to actually go on these trips, right? You got to have a real source of income. You can't be Joe Blow selling dime bags on the Ave, or you can't be, packing bags at Pathmark and go to DR, go to Brazil. You have to really be, in a career path or making some type of money to sustain yourself in those countries. And that type of mentality and intellect, has been ignored for the most part on the Matrix side. But when brothers are in DR, Brazil, and you can sit down and have a conversation, and intelligent conversation with somebody that may be an engineer, maybe an art designer, maybe a math teacher, may work for Verizon. These are the brothers that are breaking their backs to go on these trips. And when they get there, you can sit down and have an intelligent conversation with them and really get to know what the game is. I mean, that's really the biggest thing, man. These brothers know their worth. They know they're valuable. They know that they bring something to the table in any type of relationship or any type of partnership, and that's why they go on these trips, man. Because they really want to just you work hard, you play hard, so they want to enjoy that, man. So.
Okay. No, I definitely agree. Let me go ahead and do this, brothers. I thank you guys for coming on. We got a big announcement for you, brothers. So before we do that, get the likes up on the video. We appreciate you here for coming into the chat. We had 111 people watching. So shout out to my brother Anti-Gravity, man. I got to get him back on the show. Dr. Deacon, JJ Redwood, assistant baptism cool cleaner. Senegal beat Poland. I know they did, and I got a story about that because I walked into the game and I was the only nigga there, and I was very afraid in that sea of white and red. Unfortunately, they did lose. But brothers, get the likes up. And for those people who are watching the restream, thank you for coming in and watching the video. Let me kind of get to this. You went to the DR.
Yep.
Right. We have a lot of brothers that be hating on cats just going overseas. Oh, you just going over there because you can't get no women and shit in this state. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about the whole Brazil thing.
Mm-hmm.
What made you say, all right, Brazil is where I'm going next?
So what really started it out for me was talking to Charles. Him giving the time and even, at this time I was a nobody. I was just a dude that was in the group. And I reached out to him to have a conversation with him. And he had time to have a conversation with me, kind of give me some game. And then when I was in DR, man, the OG that told me about Brazil, he told me prepare for it. You know what I mean? And of course the Charles Tyler Beach Party, which gave me, gives me the platform and the landing to go with brothers, not just go by myself. When you go into a country like Brazil, which is a huge country, and you go to Rio de Janeiro for the first time, and you don't know because you can't get your friends to go with you, right? Because they're not gonna go to Brazil.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that. How is it hard traveling without your friends? And remember what you're going to say.
It's tough, man. It's tough to go without your friends, especially your boys that you grew up with. And it's not because they can't go. Because all my boys got passports, but they going off what the mainstream media and what everybody is saying goes on down there in those countries. Okay. And it's bigger than that. You know what I mean? It's bigger than what you see on Facebook or what you hear or what even, some of my boys is just like talking about like you going on there for pornos and shit. I'm like, it ain't even like that, bro. It's a difference between what people think and when you get there, man. You go off that plane and Oshay, you've been there. You smell that air. you eat that food, you experience that culture, you walk on that beach. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between there and what people are saying they believe is there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's tough to get down there, and they got girls and wives, and the girls and wives ain't letting them go down there. So at that time, I was the only one that was kind of the renegade. Like, I'm going to Brazil. I'm gonna stay in that bitch for I'm gonna stay down there for a month. I'm gonna stay down there as long as I can. You know what I mean? To kind of soak that culture up. So, but it's tough, man. Going without your friends that you grew up with, and then when you come back and tell them the stories, you gotta whisper the stories to them. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you can't talk about it freely amongst everybody because the streets is watching, right? At all times. So it's like, you tell them, but that's tough. But the biggest thing about this group that we're in, the Black Man's Option, is I have made so many new friends in that group to this day. OG, shout to the OG, RIP, OG Mark Lyles. Shout to all the boys that I've traveled with and I've come to travel with us. Aaron, Godson, my boy Tijuana Tim, Aaron, all the brothers, J International, all the brothers that I met. And these brothers I met the first time. I never had contact with them. I landed in Rio. We was in the spot Mavs, and we said, yo, let's get up out of here. Let's go do something. And we went out and did some shit, man. We went to Lapa. I had a big ass, I was on my nigga shit. I'm not gonna lie. I had a big ass bottle of Ciroc, you know what I mean? Walking around, pouring niggas shots, pouring people shots in Lapa and having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Hugging up on chicks, smacking asses, having a good time, man. And these was with 3 dudes I had never met, but to this day, I'm cool with each and every one of those brothers. And, Aaron, I hung out with him in Mexico. Jay International, I got him a car out here in Cali, so he's good. Like, these are dudes and relationships that you are going to make for the rest of your life. And it don't have to be to that extent, but you know that when you come to Rio, you got your Rio family, and then you got your family back home. So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
All right, let me do that. Shout out to my brother Orneal Waters and my brother Carl Ware, the $2 super chats. I really appreciate you, brothers. Get the likes up here on the video, brothers. Let me ask you this. Let's talk about, when you went to Brazil for the first time in the Rio, because you was helping me navigate myself, in Brazil. Let's talk about the passport, visa situation. How did you do all of that?
So what I had to do is I had to renew my passport after I came back from DR that expired, so I had to take it in to get it renewed. So the brothers that are listening, if you want to get a new one or you want to renew it, all you have to do is go to your local post office, bring your documents. Usually what that means when I say documents, birth certificate, ID, state ID. This is in New York. This is what I brought from New York. So I had to go get my copy of my birth certificate again. I had to go get my ID. You take it to the post office, fill out that application. They take your documents. They will take your birth certificate. So don't get scared when they say they want to keep it. They need the original. They take that. They put in an envelope with your application. You pay your $75 fee. In 2 to 3 weeks, you will get your passport. Now, if you're doing it around this time, this is the summertime, right? So everybody is trying to get a passport. So just give it a little bit more time if you're doing it in these months, because these are the heavy months. If you're getting your visa, guys, there's 2 ways to do it now. When I did it was only 1 way, but there's 2 ways. You can go online and do it online. I think it's $60 for two months. And you just have to show your passport, and then you'll get the little paper that gives you the visa. Or you can take it to the embassy, and they keep your visa for 4 days. You pay $75, and you get the 10-year visa, which allows you to stay in Brazil for 90 days at a time. And that's it. So it cost me about $150 before I even bought a ticket. And then, I scoured the internet for tickets and found a nice one from New York to Sao Paulo to Rio. And that was a trip, man. That was a trip going down there, because if you've never been in a Brazilian airport, man, the shit is crazy. It can be crazy, man. But, I made the trip and I got there, man. I had a blast, man.
Okay. So let me kind of, go to this real quick. And again, I mean, a lot of brothers put emphasis on, Brazil is about, the chicks and stuff like that. But let's talk about the meeting, when you came out there, the camaraderie, meeting Charles Tyler and the other brothers and stuff like that. and some of the sites that you got to see. Let's talk about that experience, meeting up with the other black men, fellowshipping with the brothers, going to different parts of the country. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, man. So for guys who never got the opportunity to meet Charles, man, when he was in Brazil, it was like sitting next to Moses. Like it was literally um, 12 to 15 guys around him at all times. And I'm talking about all times of the day and night, man. Wherever Charles went, we heard his voice, the iconic voice. You heard he was a big man. For a lot of guys that don't know, he was 6'6", 6'7". So he's a big dude. And you could see him coming and you just knew he was there, man. And that first time I met Charles, man, it was me and him. We had a conversation for about 20 minutes. And then everybody else started trickling in, man. And it was like I was sitting next to the Don, man. I thought I was sitting next to the Godfather himself, but he was just a good dude. And we went, oh man, and I don't think you got an opportunity to see this, Oshay, when you was down there, but when you come back, you definitely hit it up. We went to the Santa Teresa favela to the Michael Jackson statue, and man, that was a trip that I'll never forget. Me, Charles, a couple other good brothers. Went up to the top of the favela, took pictures with the Michael Jackson statue. For guys that don't know, that was the favela that Michael Jackson shot his video when he came down on the helicopter onto the favela. They actually turned what was the landing pad area into a little mini soccer field. And we had a tour guide to show us all up and down there, man, walked up them stairs. And if for brothers coming to Brazil for the first time, let me just throw this out there again. Public service announcement: get your cardio game right, because you will be walking.
Yeah.
And O'Shea can attest to that, bro. You will be walking. So just make sure your cardio game is right. But we went to the very top, man. It was me, Charles, a couple other good brothers, man. I actually got a picture, all of us standing on the cliff, overlooking Flamingo Bay with all the ships and all that, man. And that just was amazing. Then we walked down to the little eatery area, and they treated us like kings, man. They treated us like kings. Brought us food. We chopped it up with the tour guides, and then we actually met other dudes that was there from different countries. So one guy was there from England, another guy from Germany, and man, we just chopped it up there, had lunch, and just came down, had a good time, man. And that's what it was. It was an amazing point in your life where you will never get to that. I will never experience that again, like that again. For the first time, it's something you can't put in words, man. I'm just happy I got to experience that. Shout out to my man Stephen Brown. Shout out to Charles Tyler, man. Just he got us there, and for that, I'm forever grateful, man.
All right, cool. So let me do that. Shout out to my brother Ladarius Bridges. Thank you, brother, for the $5 super chat. Again, man, this is just a show trying to encourage you brothers, man, that have never really traveled, to want to do new things, want to do have new experiences, get out and meet people. Even if you're out, it's your first time thinking about traveling, you've never traveled anywhere before, you're traveling by yourself. It just goes to show you that if you take risks, sometimes go to places a little different, you'll meet up with new friends, people that can really 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 look out for you in the long run. And I can tell you, like, right now, it's nothing better than just getting on the plane and just it's a little scary at first, right? But once you get on the plane and you land and you just kind of figure your way out where you need to be with just your senses, everything's going to turn out right on the trip. So we want to get you black men and expand your options, expand your horizons, meet new people. America's always going to be here. So this is the reason why, brothers like me and brothers like Kev, we bring this kind of content to you black men, to want you brothers to see something different. So let me ask you, necessarily about this. So now that you've been to Rio, and the name of the title of the show is "Which city is best for meeting Brazilian women?" Now, you had a chance to go to Salvador, Bahia.
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to do that. I only got a chance as I was in Rio. Shout out to Ipanema Beach, which is where I was staying at. But let's talk about Salvador, Bahia, or other places in Rio that you went. How was your experience in Salvador, Bahia?
First of all, shout out to my man Mike Burks out there in Salvador. Shout out to my he was one of our basically my tour guide in Salvador Bahia. Um, man, we had a Salvador is completely different from Rio. I know everybody says Salvador is the blackest part of Brazil, one of the blackest parts of Brazil. But if you come into Brazil for a second time, man, you got to go to Salvador. Um, they got the port there where they used to bring the slaves in and sell them. It's still standing. You can still see how they used to do it. The whole courtyard. They got access to the ships, man. They got bands, live bands playing there almost every night, so you can really experience true Brazilian music and how they, um, how the culture and the drums and the bands, man. It's powerful, man. It's just a powerful place to be, man. And then the beach, like literally, Salvador is literally beach. That's the whole state is usually is beach, man. And you can walk. Me and another good brother that I met in Rio. Actually, when I came back my second year, he came with me to Salvador, and we walked the beach, man. I mean, we walked about 3-4 miles that day, just walking along the beach, man, just listening to it, just watching it for miles. And Salvador is, um, it's an epic experience. It's different. For brothers that are traveling, man, like I said, keep an open mind, especially when you're going to Salvador. Like, try the food, man. Watch the culture. Talk to the people. There are brothers in Salvador. I did see them. But just remember, when you go to Salvador, don't be taken back because the dudes down there do look like you. They look like O'Shea Jackson. They look like me. You know what I'm saying? They don't look they're not the white Brazilians. They look like brothers. They look like brothers that you grew up with down the street. Look like Mr. Charles who owned the corner store for 25 years. That's what they look like. And them dudes is cool, man. We had a good time. And again, again, the brother from the group that I knew, Mike Burks, who's living down there, about to have a kid and all that down there, man. Shout to Stephen Sullivan, brother living
Yeah,
down there in
brother from
Salvador,
Philadelphia. Yeah.
from Philly. He came out. Me and Stephen Sullivan had a little static before, man. But when I came to Brazil, he squashed all that. He took us to his little watering hole spot, man. We drank all night with Stephen Sullivan, man, and we had a great time. Um, we was in the Pink Elephant in Rio Vermelho, man, listening to some crazy Brazilian music that was just bananas. And like I said, this experiences in life that brothers will never experience here in the Matrix. Because how you go to clubs here in the Matrix in the States is totally different from going to clubs in Brazil, whether it be Rio or Salvador, man. But it's experience I loved. And Salvador is just it's on the list, man. If the guys coming, it may not be on your list for the first time, but that's the reason why you come back. You know what I mean? You come back to explore different parts. So you may fly into Rio, but Salvador is a $150 flight. It's a $150 round trip flight to Salvador, and you're only in the air for like 2 hours. You land, you hit that, you come back if you want. Go down go down to Sao Paulo if you like. But if you coming for the beach, man, you coming for that black culture,
Okay.
definitely hit Salvador.
Let me do this real quick. Shout out to my brother Larry Wilson 081 and my brother Julian. Let's see here, Julian Brown. Julian Brown has been following me for a minute, man. Shout out to that brother Larry Wilson. Black man's option. I love Brazil. Last at Beach Week. Okay, so thank you, brothers, man, for listening to this. Let me ask you this, right? In comparisons, because I was in Rio de Janeiro, I've never been to Salvador. Rio's a fast city. Obviously you got a little bit of everything. If you go to Copacabana, the 4x4,
Cuatro de
Guapa.
cuatro.
Yeah. And let's talk about what the women look like, maybe like in Rio, in comparisons to what the women look like in Salvador Bahia, and as far as preference. What are the women like that you think of when you look at Rio and Salvador? Is there any similarities? Is there, or
As far as similarities, as far as women look, Rio, you're gonna get more of the lighter skin. Um, I guess long hair, long straight hair, or they all have long hair, but straight hair. More of the European looking Brazilians, right? The lighter skin European ones. When you get to Salvador, they looking like they looking like brothers from the hood. They looking like women, regular black females, and not all of them are dark skinned. Some are light, but they have a lot more froze out there, a lot more natural hair. Um, but the body types and the body frames are very similar. The only thing that is a little bit different is the skin complexion or the skin tone. Secondly, it is hotter in Salvador, meaning that that sun will burn the hell out of you. Like if you stay out there all day in the beach
Mm-hmm.
and you think you can just chill out there and you think like I do it, like I got melanin, I'm good. God gave me natural skin. Hell no, you can't put your. I couldn't put my shirt on the next day. So just off of a location, Salvador is closer to the equator. It is hotter. Um, so be prepared for that. But as far as body types, man, I mean, they both got the Brazilian body types, man. Strong legs, thick thighs, nice ass, flat stomach. Very some of them are real athletic. Not a lot of sloppy people, sloppy women, I would say.
Right.
But yeah, man, this skin complexion is different. That's all it is.
Let me do this as far as in comparisons to Dominican Republic for brothers who are looking to and yeah, the mosquitoes the mosquitoes do be killing. They
Oh
was
yeah.
killing my ass in Ipanema Beach. They was killing me. Let me ask you about necessarily about this in comparisons to Dominican women and what Brazilian women look like. If you're a brother that's into like the kind of like the big booty kind of chicks and ass and shit like that, where are you more likely to get it on average between Dominican Republic or Brazilian women, and what do they as far as what they look like?
I mean, honestly, I think if you're looking for that body type, I think you should go to Brazil. Uh, And I'm a little bit biased in that, but I've been to both places. I've been to both places multiple times, and I've been to both places in different areas of the country. Um, Brazil, I mean, Dominican women are beautiful. Let me not say that they're beautiful. Their bodies are nice. They speak Spanish, which is they're always a turn on for brothers. But when you get to Brazil, the mindset is different. You know what I mean? The Brazilian women, to me, in my opinion, I'm just saying, in my opinion, they have more pride about themselves. They're not going to be begging you and all that crap. Their bodies are up there, if not better than DR.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think the experience. I've dealt with the tricking side and I've dealt with the non-tricking side, and I've dealt with that in DR as well. And the Brazilian women, especially on a regular female, they have a lot of pride, bro. Like it's not something you can just go there and be like, do this, I'll give you some. Nah, they like, nah, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that. You know what I mean? But on the flip side of that, there's two sides to that coin. Brazilian women can be a bit jealous. When I say that because they are in competition with each other. So, Brazilian men, they're not like Matrix dudes. They don't have that thirst up on them because they know they can go different places and they can speak to women and they can do what they got to do. But at the same time, Brazilian women are more, to me anyway, more submissive. Now, some brothers may have difference in opinion or difference in what they have gone through, but to me, they're more submissive and less Americanized than the Dominican Republic.
All right, let me do this here, guys, and keep the lights coming up. Let me ask you this before we keep. Don't say compare them to anybody else, nigga. You know how the rules over here. Shout out to the boy Bias Hacker, nigga. This is a super chat session, so if you want a question, you know what I'm saying, you hit the super chat like everybody else. You know what I'm saying. This is a Blackmail show. We bring you the best Blackmail content. So if you want to be interactive in it, then participate like everybody else. Shout out to my boy Bias Hacker. Let me do this real quick. You brought up a good point about the Brazilian women having pride and not begging and asking for money.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the only places I've been to that's considered third world where you meet a chick and she ain't hitting you up asking you for money. But let's talk about the Dominican women. I heard this though is something that happens all the time.
Yeah, man. You can't get 2 feet out the door without your WhatsApp blowing up. Asking for some pesos, asking for some, not even pesos, don't even say dollars. They want dollars. They want $100, want $50, want $70. Yeah, it's annoying, and it's not just from the women, man. It's from everybody. Chingos, little kids running around.
Mm-hmm.
But in Brazil, man, you know, it's none of that, man. I mean, they do have poverty and everything in Brazil. I'm not gonna say it's not, but the Brazilians have a lot of pride about themselves, and you know, if they don't mess with you, they're not gonna. The Brazilians would rather go out and hustle and try to, do a hustle than before they go ask you for something. To me, um, but in DR, man, yeah, man, you can't hang out with a chick 5 minutes without let me get a beer, let me get something to eat, or let me get this. And I'm talking about the tricking side of the game. I'm not talking about the non-tricking side. I'm talking about the tricking side. I'm talking about those women who are trying to put themselves in some position to get chose or saved or whatever. But this comes down to being annoying, man. It shit is highly annoying. But that's part of the travel game, man. You just gotta deal with it accordingly and move on to the next. You know what I mean?
All right, let me do one thing. Shout out to my boy By Attacker, always supporting the show. And I was getting there, me, and shout out to my bro, man, Howard, aka USA Live Stream. So shout out to the brother, man. We got 178 of you brothers watching the show. Do me a favor, brothers. Go ahead, 14 of you brothers like the video. Okay, and Chris McDonald, you know what the rules are, nigga. I have to keep telling. I just told another nigga, man. What did I just tell you, dog? Like, nigga, don't. I've already told you what the rules are. You know what I mean? Don't have me tell you again. So get the likes up on the on the video, man.
Hey, stop letting them talk to y'all like that, man.
No, nigga, I mean, you having to talk to these niggas because they be doing this. They be doing the shit. They be doing the stupid ass shit.
Real talk. My pops used to wear them sunglasses back in the day, bro.
like you know what I'm saying? Niggas just want to disrespect the whole thing that you got going, bro. Like I say, we do this every show. I say this to these niggas every show. They do the same shit. So it's like, man, these regular niggas is always doing this. But let me stop complaining. Stop complaining. All right, let me just do this real quick. Let's talk to these brothers. We got a big announcement, right? So all you brothers out there, we're gonna get to the grand finale, right? Because let's talk about the bad news. Bad news is our brother Charles Tyler, he passed at last year's beach party. You were actually down there when it happened, right?
No, I wasn't down there. I had gone early in the year.
Okay.
I couldn't make it down there last year, so I was kind of shout out to the brothers that were down there. My man Raphael, my man Teddy Doyle, who's an admin in the Black Man's Option group. Those brothers were actually boots on the ground last year, so
right.
They actually found where Charles was. I don't know if you want me to get into what happened to him, but
come on, man, you can do it.
Essentially, for some brothers don't know, so I guess we can talk about it right now. But what actually happened was he got sick. He wasn't feeling well earlier in the day. I think he had spoke to a couple of brothers. A couple of brothers had actually seen him walking around. And he wasn't looking good, and he got sick. And from his apartment, he just jumped in a cab and went to the nearest hospital in Copacabana area. Now the issue with that is, we don't know exactly where hospital he went to. So brothers had to actually track him down for, I think it took about a day or half a day to actually find him. And then, they found out that he had got sick. He had a stroke, and he had been. The doctors were trying to do everything. He had slipped into a coma. They're trying to do everything to bring him out of that, and they were having a hard time doing that. So we think stress of it all, the stress of the matrix and all that, because he was back and forth. Because when I saw Charles in May of last year, he was looking good. He had dropped a whole bunch of weight. He was moving around. He was, talking about doing this thing down there. Then he came back. So he had to come back to the States for a little bit. And then he went back down there for the beach party, man. I think he was just really stressed over the whole situation. And that could have contributed to it, man. And, we raised the money and got him home to his family. And, he's been cremated. And, shout out to his sister, sent me some video of them putting his ashes into the ocean. And I think we're going to try to see if we can bring some of the ashes to Rio and actually put them in the ocean. We're working on that now. So when I say me and the other admin of the Black Man's Option, and we're going to respect them for that. But to get to your question, I forgot. I'm a fault, dog. I forgot what your original question was. I just got caught up in that. But yeah, man. But
Let me do this real quick. I just saw this for my brother Odinga. Shout out to Odinga.
Mm-hmm.
I actually met him when I was in Brazil last time. He wants to know. And brother Ornell Waters, he has two questions. So
Yeah, go ahead.
what would you go into and brother Ornell is always supporting the show, man. Thank you, brother, man. Would you go into the local favelas to meet women? I've heard some of these gyms, some of them are gyms in there, but it's dangerous. Let's talk about that.
Um, I mean, honestly, some of them are. Some of the favelas I have gone. I've been in two favelas since I've been there.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not going to every favela. If you do happen to find one in there, I would suggest to have her meet you outside of it. That's just me, bro. I'm just talking from me. Um, I was in Santa Teresa. Funny story. Me, Charles, and one of the other admins, Stephen Brown. We were coming down at Santa Teresa favela, and Charles had his camera out trying to get footage for the YouTube channel. And the dude was like, "Yo, man, you can't record here, guys," because he was telling us like certain places you can record, certain
Right.
places you can't.
Exactly.
And I guess Charles didn't hear that, or I don't know, it slipped past him. But we was in a situation where he had his camera out. He wasn't supposed to have his camera out, and we had to get up out of there. You know what I mean? Long story short, we had to get up out of there. So I'm a big dude. Steve's in front of me, Charles behind me, and we coming down these stairs. And O'Shea, you've been in favela. You know how them stairs look. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It ain't built for big dudes coming down there fast. So, you know what I mean? So I mean, what happened was we actually stopped because we seen some ladies and they was looking right. So, of course, as a black man, your mind is trained, oi to the bank, and then dude is like, no cameras, and you like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I gotta get up out of here. So to answer the brother's question, there are gyms in the favelas. Um, but for me, honestly, I would say, have them meet you out there. There's some favelas that have train stations. Some of the favelas, like you were in, shout to the favela boys. They
Yeah.
got their own restaurants and buses that go to the top and all that stuff. So there you can go into those type of favelas, but I wouldn't make it a habit of going into them, man. I would have it to where the young lady comes to meet you if you haven't met before, if you have been chatting online. I would have her come see you, or send an Uber or something. Uber is crazy cheap in Brazil for the guys,
Stupid cheap.
stupid cheap. So there's nothing for send that Uber to go get her and y'all go out and have a good time, man. But you don't got to go up in there to get her, man. She down with it. Tell her come on down. You know what I'm saying? You'll take care of her. But that's my thing. But there are some gyms in the favela. There are some gyms. But like I said, man, you go down there, just use your common sense, man. Keep your head on the swivel and use your common sense. But yeah.
All right, let me also do this. Pop Smoke and Ghost. I grew up in Algodones. 20 years was the average age of men before they got killed. Don't go there. Stay near the beach until you get to know people. Shout out to my brother, man, for the 5 hour super chat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about also this. Staying in Brazil when you first get there, because a lot of brothers don't understand. Like, if you might try to get a hotel, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
bring ladies back. Do you get a hotel or do you get Airbnbs?
No, I get Airbnbs or I get an apartment. Which is pretty much the same thing, but I get Airbnbs. Uh, exactly. So if you're going to Brazil and you can get a hotel, that's cool if you feel that was what you want to do. But just know that the hotel is going to charge you for every guest you bring up there, and
Okay.
it's going to be a fee. So if you feel like paying that fee, which could be, I think I've heard anywhere from 50 reais to 150 reais. If that's cool with you, you can do that. If you feel more secure in doing that, hey. But I've always stayed in a hotel. I'm sorry, in an apartment. I've never had any issues. All the apartments I ever stayed in, I got a doorman. Never had no static, man. Just go about my business. Make sure I take care of him when I come in. When I first come in, I see the doorman because remember these dudes is working. They working mostly 12-hour shifts. So you're gonna see one doorman every day you're there, and that's
Right.
usually gonna be in the daytime. So I usually take care of the doorman. If I'm going out, I hit him with the you need anything, hit him. You want anything? I'm going to the store. I use the translator, but I'm always making sure I take care of that dude because you never know. And yeah, man, I always get apartments, man. I just like that freedom. I don't want to, and the Airbnb stuff is not bad. My first trip when I went down Airbnb, I kind of splurged a little bit. Um, I had like a little rooftop spot, and I was overlooking the beach and all that, and it was cool for my first trip. And then I moved apartments closer to the beach, just to be around brothers a little bit more and stuff like that. And that was cool too. We didn't have no problems with that either. So um, yeah, for brothers that are coming down, I would say hit up Airbnb, home away. This beach party is we are working with Black Jet Setters
Okay.
who has apartments. So that's who we're sending brothers to get apartments. Um, and that is black owned. So the person that is working with is a brother. I'm not sure if he wants his name to be spoken, so I'm not going to say that. But he is a good brother, and I have worked with him and done business with him before. And if you guys are interested in coming down, that's an option. If not, you can use HomeAway and Airbnb. That's what I have used in the past, and it's just meeting. All you gotta do is come down. Usually after you pay, and some brothers, I never come to Brazil before. I've never used Airbnb before, but you pay for the room, you book the room, you pay for it. The owner does not get the money until after you check in. So even if you going for November and you're looking for something now, you can book it out now, pay for it. It's reserved. Airbnb holds the money, and then when you get there, you check in. Then Airbnb releases the money to the apartment owner. And usually it's a fast process. You just when you after you pay for the room, you usually get the WhatsApp number from the owner.
Right.
You jump on WhatsApp and chop it up with them, and then that's how you get deals for your next trip. So, like I said, man, it's an easy process. They'll meet you. You check in. They give you the information, tell you where to go, and that's it. They don't bother you no more. You on your own, man, and you
Okay.
just gotta come out, kind of figure out where things are, man. But that's what we do.
Let me shout out to my brother live stream Howard out of the New York area. Spread love, nigga. Shout out to my bro, man. He's always been supporting over a year. Odinga Mubutu asks, what does he mean about Spanish language in DR could be a turnoff for brothers, but Brazil is Portuguese? Can you go ahead and weigh in on that?
Um, I said it was a turn off or a turn on. What did I say? It's a turn off, right?
I don't know. What did you say? I think he.
Oh, I thought I said a turn on. That's what I thought I said. I might have.
Okay. Would you mean like?
But um, so what I was trying to say is, some brothers hear that Spanish accent. They get crazy. They get turned on. They forget about they lose their minds and shit like that. That's what I was talking about. But I like Portuguese. I don't know from your opinion, Oshay, what you thought about the language when you heard it, but I'm cool with Portuguese. I mean, I don't have a problem with a young lady talking to me in Portuguese. But what I was trying to say was, Spanish does sound sexier than Portuguese. So some brothers prefer that to the Portuguese. But to me, I like Portuguese. It's cool with me.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the beach party, man, because we have, obviously, with Charles Tyler, kind of being the heart of the beach party that's been going very successful, as many as 40 and 50 people showing up. How long
Yep.
has the Charles Tyler November Beach Party Week been going on?
So this I believe is gonna be the fifth. I think this is the fifth one.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I'm sorry. This is maybe the fifth one. Yeah, I've been to two of them. Um, so I mean they've been the first one I went to was amazing. I thought that one was one of the best ones. The best one I've been to so far. My first one, which is I believe was the second or third actual beach party. Um, so this will be I believe this will be the fifth one. And this one is going to be actually not just a beach party, just the one day. This is going to be actually we're incorporating a beach week, so it's going to be me and Al Grease. Shout out to Al Grease.
Okay. He'll be here this
Um,
weekend. Okay.
yep, definitely. It's going to be me and Al Grease. He's going to be the face of it, kind of being the Charles Tyler of it, as you will. It takes two people to replace one person because Charles his presence was so grand. But
Right.
yeah, man, we're gonna have it this week. It's gonna be the beach week this week. It's going to be crazy. First and foremost, we have a ton of things going on, man, and I think brothers are really gonna enjoy it. Um, Again, guys, the beach week, the dates are gonna be from November 9th to the 18th of November. That's gonna be the entire beach week. With the first day, November 9th at 6:30, we're gonna have basically a welcome dinner and a celebration of Charles Tyler.
Okay.
We're gonna get all nailed down where it's gonna be at, but for the most part, we're gonna have it probably in Rio de Janeiro, and it's probably gonna be at one of those great restaurants out there, and we're just gonna have drinks and food, and brothers are gonna enjoy. We're gonna celebrate the life of Charles Tyler. That's gonna be the first day. Um, the second day, because we have a little bit of our itinerary, guys. So the second day, which is gonna be the 10th, we are going to go to a nightclub that night, man. We're going to turn up that night in a real Brazilian nightclub, which is not too different from U.S. But we're gonna have a good time, turn up. We're gonna be in a whole free environment, for brothers coming down.
Okay.
So this is gonna be just a regular nightclub, man. We're gonna be a VIP, popping bottles, having fun, and we're gonna get guys in front of some real Brazilian women, beautiful Brazilian women. I'm talking about not from Google or not from IG. We're talking about beautiful Brazilian women that have real jobs and real professionals, and,
Right.
and really going to appreciate black men for what they are. So guys, come correct that night. We're gonna have a good time that night. Then on the 11th, oh man, on the 11th that afternoon, we have a barbecue boat party from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Man, we are going to be taking a boat cruise around Sugarloaf Mountains and Copacabana. We're going to be docking right off of Copacabana Beach, and we're gonna have food, drinks, man. We're gonna have ladies gonna be there. We're gonna have everything's gonna be a good event. And so brothers come out, that's gonna be one of the biggest events. And if brothers are wary or don't know about the food in Brazil, you need to come down there and try it, man. They got some of the best barbecue in the world, man. And I'm not from the South, but I'm from New York, man. I know good barbecue. I have family in the South, so I know what good barbecue is. But Copacabana is gonna do our thing.
Okay.
Then on the 12th, we got a guys' night out. We're gonna probably hit some more clubs. Let's have some drinks. It's gonna be more so of basically a guys' night out, man. So we telling guys to leave their kids. Hang out like kids, but leave your girl, whatever. If you come, or if you by that day, usually by the third day, dudes done latched on to something or something latched, and they feel it good. You know what I mean? So we're gonna
Yeah.
have a guys' night out on the 11th, man. We just gonna hit the clubs, have a good time. And then the 13th, it's gonna be just a free day for guys.
Okay.
We are gonna have tours available for guys. So if you want to go see Christoph, the Christ statue, or hit
Right.
Lapa, we can do that. I'm going to have a trading class. I'm actually going to be. I'm actually going to have a trading class, or have a session, not just a class, but a session. I want to try to have one every day of the week that we're down there, so guys can kind of see how I go out my day, how I do my trades, how I make money, and we're gonna see that live and direct. So for guys that haven't seen it before, usually on the beach parties, I usually have a session where I go into detail on the things that I'm doing and things I'm creating, which I actually see me trade live, ask questions, bring your notepad, bring your laptops.
Okay.
Um, I'll give all that information out. So that's gonna be on the 13th, and on the 16th is where we're gonna have the Charles Tyler Beach Party.
All right.
It's gonna be on Copacabana Beach, Postos 5. Man, it's gonna start at I think we're starting at 4 o'clock that day, man. It's gonna be a movie. Al Grease is gonna be out there filming, interviewing guys. You're gonna have good food, good drinks. If y'all never had, for brothers coming for the first time, you never had a caipirinha before. It's a lemon drink, man, that will knock you on your ass.
Okay.
Two of them and knock you down, man. Knock you on your ass. So we're gonna have those out there, different flavors. Like I know Al Grease like his with vodka, but for the guys that never been down there, man, that's what it is. And then on the 17th, we're gonna have the Favela party
Okay.
um, at Vigidal, Vigidal, and that's gonna be DJ, live music. We're gonna have some ladies there. It's gonna be a nice event. Um, and that's gonna wrap it up, man. And that's really what it is. And then we got some package stuff, and we can get you guys prices for apartments. I think right now all apartments are going for I believe I think they're $85 a night plus a $50 cleaning fee, and that also includes airport pickup. So for
Okay.
guys coming, you don't got to stay for the whole week. Stay as long as you can. But if you're coming down, we got apartments for you, nice apartments, not no hole in the wall joints, not nothing crazy. We got some nice apartments a block from the beach. And for guys coming for your first time, that's going to be crucial. You're going to want to go out there to that beach. You're going to want to walk up and down that beach. Um, and we got also packages for the actual tours and stuff too. So if you guys want more information on that, you can hit me up. I'll give you more information. Any questions you guys got? Like I said, my name is Kevin Teddy Waffler on Facebook. I am an admin in the Black Man's Option. You can hit my inbox for more questions. I can definitely get you more questions. If you need details on anything, I can get guys details, man. But like I said, we're gonna have a good time, man. Even the things that the things that I've said on this itinerary, man, don't even add up to all the things that we can get into. Copacabana Rio is huge. And we haven't even gotten into all the things we can get into. So
Okay.
we can actually go, the soccer stadiums. We can go on these, like I said, the Santa Teresa tour. We can go into Vidal and do their tour. Those are favelas. We can go down to Lapa and just party in the street all night on
Okay.
Saturdays. We can go to what the hell is it? What's that? The damn. Where they do the Brazilian dance for the carnival, the samba schools. I'm sorry, we can go where the samba schools actually go to practice and compete. I mean, it's so much stuff that we don't even have on here that I'm gonna be asking guys. Like I'm gonna be pulling guys like, "What's up? Let's go." And when I'm talking about going, I'm talking about getting on the train with the real Brazilians, and we gonna mob out to these spots, man. Or we're gonna take Uber or whatever to these spots. But that's kind of like when you so these are spots that you guys gotta hit, man. Especially that samba school. That samba school is like nothing like anything else, man. Them ladies in there moving, it's no joke. There's no joke in there. But I mean, those are the things that you guys need to get up on, man. And like I said in my radio show last week, man, think about the exclusivity of coming to Brazil. Like how many dudes in your group, in your hood, and on your block, and your state has been to Copacabana, been to Rio de Janeiro? How many? And you gonna be the one to say you've been there. So just take that into account too, man. Just being exclusive and coming down there and having a good time, man. And just don't bring any don't bring any expectations. Don't come down there with a mindset of my man. Somebody told me this. Don't come down with just come down there open and ready and be down for whatever because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what we're going to get into. So that's pretty much what we're going to get in there, man. We're going to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was going to say. Oh yeah. Don't be like Oshay, man, going in the favela with your church clothes on.
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I was fly, man. I'm gonna tell you what happened,
You had
bro.
a grown man
I
shirt
lost
on in
my
that
luggage,
picture, bro.
man, for like a day, so I was out there with my struggle shit on. But it was just all good, man.
That was all good,
So
man.
brothers, again, a lot of you brothers have been asking about the Charles Tyler Beach week. You know what I'm saying? Don't be laughing at that shit. I'll time your ass out, nigga. I will be using my powers, man. Dynasty Amir roasted me, man, pretty good on my picture I had on Facebook. So, but anyways, I just want to, let you brothers know that the beach party is going down. You know what I mean? And I promised, to a certain degree, Charles Tyler, that, I would try to always, try to work with the brothers. He's probably one of the reasons why I'm still in Black YouTube, because I had a chance to leave nigga tube and kind of do some other things. But brothers like Tailor Made Dreams. Let me talk about him real quick. I mean, he's like another people of Charles Tyler, and he just kind of took Charles Tyler's shit and just kind of just went to the DR with it. Like, what have you been seeing, like, the effect that Charles Tyler has had on the manosphere and Black YouTube?
I've seen it had a great effect, man, and not only from a travel standpoint, but from a business standpoint. You know, a lot of brothers don't know that. Taylor May has a group of investors, man, and he brought that, and the seeds of that group was planted in the Black Man's Option group. You know what I mean? I had an opportunity to be a part of that, but I couldn't do it at the time. But man, like I said, he's what Charles has done, man, is not only transcended just dudes traveling, but the way dudes are looking at, making money, trying to make money, you know what I mean, while they are traveling, you know what I mean? So shout to that, man, and shout to Taylor Made for having the vision to do that, man, because he's been doing that grind for a minute. And his beach party event that he had Memorial Day weekend, I heard was a smash. Brothers really enjoyed it. So for him to go down there and fill that void, because we've always been talking about Brazil, and for him to go down there and fill that void for brothers that love the DR, man, has been huge. And also shout to the brothers doing it in Colombia. I mean, Colombia is on the rise too, and what we're trying to do is, we're trying to create events, you know, for any brothers all over the country, but to have different options. If you can't make it to Brazil in November, by all means, go out to DR and Memorial Day and support, Tailor Made. Let's do something in Colombia. A lot of brothers love Colombia. Let's get out there and have a beach party out there. So I think what Charles has done, man, has really transcended what his goal was. But I think the Black Man's Option is spreading as fast as we can get it out there. But we all got to stick together. That's really what the big thing is, man. We can't have no drama. We really got to stick together. And it's bigger than us. It was the Black Man's Option is bigger than Charles Tyler. You know what I mean? It's bigger than him. And guys feel it even now more so when he's not here that it's still going on strong. A lot of guys are still getting their passports. Guys are still traveling. Guys still want that camaraderie. Like if you look at man, I look at the videos from Taylor Made's from his beach party, man. I never seen so many black dudes, having a good time and those videos as I seen there, man. And I haven't seen it like that since I've been to Brazil. And this is FYI for guys coming down to Brazil or going to the DR for the first time, man. You don't got to worry about none of that nigga shit, none of that step on my foot shit in the club, none of that. Why you looking at me? None of that, my nigga, none of that stuff. You go to DR, even though there's so many brothers in DR, I have never seen brothers fight in the DR ever. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that club, if anybody's been to DR, that club Classicos, that shit is a shoebox. That shit is tight. Like I'm a big nigga and I'm in that shit sweating and the AC on blast. You know what I'm saying? So, but I done bumped into dudes, spilled drinks on the dudes or whatever, and dudes no problems. And I'm talking about these dudes from Brooklyn, like hardcore Brooklyn dudes with they fitter. No problem, fam. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You want what you drinking? I'm gonna take care of you. No problems, man. I done been to DR with dudes that I know go hard in the States. Like for no reason. Like just for the nigga looking at me, I'm gonna punch him in his face. I've been in classicals with dudes and they having a good time smiling. So for guys coming down, man, or thinking about coming down and going to these countries, man, where there are other brothers, just know, man, there's no static, man. There's no static. The only thing only thing that might get in the way is, if you hear something that, somebody else might call feelings or something, but that's the other side of the game. But yeah, man, it's all camaraderie in those other countries, man. Definitely.
All right, let me do this real quick. Shout out to my boy Blackie Speaks, man, the best YouTube channel for hip hop on the platform, man. That made the brothers official. Y'all go check my man out, Blackie Speaks. Him and his 227,000 subscribers. So you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. He out there killing it. Okay, on the hip hop section, man. He let me borrow some of them subscribers. Shout out to my boy Woody Maya. Even the big wigs of YouTube, man, the black YouTube and hip hop, they come through here and show their love, man. Shout out to my boy Blackie Speaks, man. Like I said, he is the truth, the absolute truth regarding hip hop news, regarding all of that shit. And me, I'm just doing my thing in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small fry compared to these guys, but I just stay in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in the hood though, a black YouTube. So you know what I mean? Thoughts on X? You know what? I was gonna do I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow. With a group panel, but I ain't gonna do it tonight. But we're gonna do it tomorrow. If you want to hop on, you definitely welcome to show up. But let me do this real quick. I just want to know something real quick, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to the 4x4, because my brother JJ Redwood, he is a Christian, but he has been backsliding watching midget porn. Uh, but I mean, he don't want me to tell nobody. And my brother High Def, he's been watching, the midget porns too. And they heard about this place called the 4x4. I mean, but me, I'm a pastor. I don't believe in, these kind of places, stuff like that. But let's talk to them about, what I'm saying. I know Rio do have a reputation for that, for that kind of stuff. But what is the 4x4? You know what I'm saying? Dr. Deacon Eric P, he wants to know about it. He called me last night, wanting to know. So I couldn't tell him. I wait till you come on.
Yeah.
What's the other one I went to? I told you about when I was there.
Centaurus.
That was a fucking ripoff, man. But okay, not that I was there. But let's talk about this, man, because this actually made the trip for me. This is probably one of the only reasons why I would actually go back. But let's talk about Quattro y Quattro, man. The term of 4x4, one of the world's greatest brothels, if you will. But go ahead and talk to him about
it. I call it the grown man Disneyland. So, I mean, it's I mean, the Quattro is a beautiful place, man, where dreams happen, man. But no, seriously, man, the Quattro is it's an upscale gentleman's club in a central part of Rio de Janeiro. World famous, very professional place. Man, it's always been fun. You go there to do your tricking, of course, but you don't have to. I've been to Quattro many times and I didn't have to trick. I just had a good time, man. I went in there, had a couple beers, couple little lap dances, got some numbers and got up out of there. But man, I mean, anything you brothers can dream about is in there. And I'm talking any shape and size, any hair length. If you want a midget, for the brothers that love midgets and enjoy that, they in there too.
I didn't see no midgets.
But you might have to go back for that one, brother.
But I wasn't in there really anyway.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's an opportunity to go in there and have a good time, man. You're gonna see some things in there that you would never think you would see in real life. And for my brothers out there, with the palm olive on IG, man, you need to just pack it in, man, and bring it to Rio, man, because the opportunity is there. I'm gonna just say like this: the opportunity is there, and you're gonna have a good time. And hey, cool, man. It's no problems, no static. You come in, just kind of give you guys a walkthrough. You come in, you get a little ticket, you go upstairs. The young ladies at the desk, they do speak English. I don't know if they spoke English to you.
Yeah, they do speak English, but they was not necessarily young. There was some old but like I said, I wasn't there.
But yeah, they hook you up. They give you your little key. You go into the locker. You put your robe on and your chancleta.
Wait, tell them about the price list, brother, because when you walk up, there's a big nigga right I was just there last month, so my memory is a little fresh. So you walk in, and there's a big 19-foot motherfucker with this tight ass sports coat on.
Yep.
He give you a number.
Yep.
He gives you a number or something like that, and you walk upstairs. Mm-hmm. There's 3 or 4 chicks at this big ass desk.
Yep.
All right. And then there's a price list. Talk about the price list, player.
So the price list for guys who want to enjoy themselves and have fun. Hallelujah. I believe it's something to the effect of, and I'm sorry, Oshay can, if you would like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 300 Rias for an hour. I think it's 150 for a half an hour or something, a little bit less for a half an hour. And that's, and then you just pick whatever room you would like to go into and, you enjoy yourself. But, yeah, I think it's about 300 bucks. So about 300 Rias. And then how they do it is, you don't pay right then and there. You go change. They give you a key with a number on it, and then when you go buy drinks or anything like that, you give them the number to that key, and then you pay at the end. But like I said, it's very professional, man. I mean, I could go on for days, but it ain't going. The words to describe it will do it no justice. You know what I'm saying? It's really it's an amazing place, man. And sometimes I just be sitting there in awe, this shit is crazy. Like I'm in Rio de Janeiro in the spot chilling, and I just got beautiful women around me, and they're not stressing you. I mean, and they're not stressing you. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Not in a 4x4. I never got stressed. You know, you come over, they say hi, whatever, da, 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 and if you're not feeling them, you know, they okay, no problem. They walk away. That's it. You know what I mean? But you know, it's no stress in this. You chilling with Brazilian dudes, or like when we go in there, we mob it out. You know what I mean? We take over the whole spot. You know what I mean? That's what we do. But um, you know, it's like I said, it's a grown man Disneyland, and if you come to Rio de Janeiro, you should definitely check it out. Um, and see for yourself, man. That's what I can really say, man. You gotta see for yourself.
Look, let me I'm gonna add, shout out to the brother D Mac, man, for that. Guys, keep the likes up in here. I know you guys are just coming maybe for some other streams or stuff like that. But yo, get the brother, there's 220 people liking. Got my man Kevin, you know what I'm saying, in here, Teddy. Guys, I put his Facebook in the link. So if you want to contact him and ask him questions, we'll get into the Forex piece a little bit. You got about 30 more minutes for me, Kevin?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so guys, we're gonna get into also how you can make some extra money doing Forex, and you know what I'm saying. Like even he's helped people that go to my medical school. You know what I'm saying here. So brothers, do me a favor, you know what I mean, and get the likes up real quick on the video if you're here. You know what I'm saying. 231 people watching and only 126 likes. Let me talk about more about the 4x4 situation. I think they have like sessions like 40 minutes, 60 minutes, and like 90 minutes. Yeah. And the better the room is, I mean, you actually can get the cheapest room that you want to get, and you know what I mean. Like it's anywhere between $90 to about like $200, depending on how long you want. Yeah. In the quality of the room. Shout out to my brother One Mark DC, Kevin Teddy. What's up, brother? Once you this is what I do, because I don't want to lose the key. I was arguing with them like, yo, I want to pay right now. Not that I was there, because again, I wasn't there, but I was like, look, let me just, you know what I'm saying, pay for this. You know, this is what I want. I want to pay for this right now. And you know, like I said, you go in there, there's a key. And there's a bunch of chicks out there, man, that you could just choose. Like if you go in the daytime, it's free to get in. If you go at night, there is a cover. So and it's just like all you can eat buffet. It's like I don't want her, I want that one. And they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to go with you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Centaurus, I called Kevin when I remember Kevin, I called you about that.
Yeah, there's some bullshit in here, man.
Yeah, I called Kevin before I went in, but when I came out, nigga, I was paying bitches to leave me the fuck alone. That's another story on Patreon. I'll leave that to that. But guys, that was definitely an experience, man, to have. If you know what I'm saying, if you never had an experience ever like that before, you gotta, you know, before you get up out of here and die, you gotta do that shit, like for real. I talked about that on Patreon, but let me do this real quick. A brother asks, man, how do you overcome social anxiety? I'm like,
they do it for you, bro. So if you socially, if you have any type of anxiety around people, around women, and that's why I say you get that confidence when you go to these countries, man. They coming after you. You are basically their goal. So they're gonna treat you like a king. So you don't have to talk. You don't have to make the first move. You don't gotta be on the wall. They coming to you, man. All you gotta do is make eye contact, and they coming to you, and they're not gonna come and jump on you and all that, but they're gonna come talk to you, try to talk to you a little English, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, they're gonna come talk to you. You know what I mean? So if you have any type of anxiety when talking to women, I would say definitely go to those places and just soak that in, man. Soak that confidence in. Because I was a dude like that too when I was younger, when I was in my teens, before I got fresh, like I could, it's hard talking to women, you know what I mean? Hard talking to girls. But now as you get older, you develop that. But for some guys, they don't have that opportunity to develop that. They don't get that opportunity to get their game right. So going to these countries, Brazil, DR, the women are more aggressive. They're coming at you. So you can just get that confidence. And when you come back, you just feel different, man. And when you come home from these countries, you're not going to put up with the same shit you've been putting up with. I'm going to just put it like that. It's going to be, you're going to have a very short fuse with women. And that's going to be both a good thing and a bad thing. Because when I say a bad thing, I say like you can't get back to those countries fast enough. You know what I'm saying? You may have to come home and grind out for like, depending on what your occupation is and all that, for a couple months just to get back. But it's a good thing because now you carry yourself in a different manner, right? And women, they smell that. They attract to that. You know what I'm saying? And when you go on these trips, man, make sure, don't be ashamed. Tag them airports, man. Let them know you out there because women are watching them things, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they gonna comment, they gonna do their little likes like they ain't see it. But when you going out the country, 2 times a year, 3 times a year, women see that. You know what I mean? And they attribute that to being able financially stable, and they attribute that to being somebody they may be attracted to. Like Dave Chappelle said, man, I take this to heart, and this has helped me in my dating and relationship. A woman's test in life is material things. A man's test in life is women. Once you understand what that statement means, you never gonna have no problem with women again because you understand their mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They want goals, they want nice houses, they want nice cars, and in exchange for that, they're gonna make you feel like a man, right? You're gonna chase after them and do it all. But you got to get to the point where you get that women's agendas in line with your agendas, and now y'all what? Y'all a team. You know what I'm saying? So that's my key to a relationship and dealing with women and all that. But once you get past all that other shit, man, just if you feel like you can't, if you feel like you're chasing women that you can't get to, or you feel like you ain't got the game or whatever, and you feel like you're down with them, man, just go down to the DR for a weekend, man, and come back and see how you feel. Don't
Right.
even tell nobody you're going. Just go. Tell your mama you're going, but just go and come back and see how you feel, see how you talk, see your mannerisms, see how you look at women, because you're gonna look at women totally different. Let me put that out there right now. You're gonna look at women in the matrix when you come back from these places totally different. Your standards gonna be sky high. Why? Because you done been with the baddest chick you ever seen in your life, and she done did
Facts.
everything. No hesitation. You ain't have to beg, plead, baby, I do this, nothing. Boom, boom, boom. It's done. You had your fun. You know what I mean? And now
Right.
your mindset is like, okay, if you're not coming correct with that, I don't got to deal with you because you know what? I could be out in a couple months anyway. So just take that in consideration for guys that have low self esteem,
Mhm.
and have that can't having issues talking to women, man. Take that trip, man. Just enjoy yourself. Get that stress up off you. You know what I mean?
Let me also say this, man. Again, for the brothers out there, women in in other countries, I've been to many countries so far since, I mean, I've been in Poland, I've been in, every continent on earth so far, in some way or fashion. Women are generally more attractive and just more generally nicer and more receptive to masculinity in other places.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Facts.
Um, so, you know, being, from America, now America does give you a lot of abilities and opportunities to, earn certain skills, money that other countries don't have. It allows you to get a leg up over a lot of things, right? For
Mhm.
example, like I'm in Poland doing a YouTube channel that's predominantly based off of African American experience, which is, it could be lucrative in some parts of the world, but that's because, from America, I couldn't make this channel if I wasn't an African American. You understand? So, America does give you the opportunity to get those things, but women are generally much more attractive, much more nicer, much more, with your program, especially if you're a dude that, you're a good brother. You're trying to do things, you pretty much can have, your pick. And it's not just all the women are poor, places like Brazil or even the DR. I've heard dudes who marry lawyers, dudes who get with judges, dudes who get with dentists, dudes who get with women in the middle class. So, it's not that all these women are just poor there and they're looking for some shit. You know what I mean? There are situations where, especially in Brazil, you will meet, you do have, especially in cities like Sao Paulo, you can meet, women that are really about their business, women who are really doing well in life and, just really want to make do something different. So, shout out to my boy Rob Parks Jr., man. Good to see my boy in there. But let's talk about the Forex situation, man, because this
Mhm.
Forex thing has allowed you to free yourself up as far as getting, some financial freedom. Let's
Yep.
talk about that to the brothers today. How has Forex helped, give you some little bit of cushion with regards to traveling and financial situations?
So Forex, let's give you a little background. Forex was brought to me by two good brothers. First was Shaw Salah. He actually took the time to show me the platform, show me how to trade, kind of got my interest peaked in it. And then shout out to my brother Rod Owens, who actually um, was instrumental in getting me um, the right education. So Forex, for guys who don't know what Forex is, it's a trading platform in which you trade currencies usually. When I say currencies, it's like the euro, which is the European equivalent to the dollar. What you do is you trade those currencies against each other. So the most popular currency pairs are the Euro USD, which is the euro versus the US dollar. And what you do is you make calculated assessments of the market based on charts as to which direction you think the market's going to go, either up or down. And based on your accuracy of based on your accuracy in the market is how you become profitable. So let's start right there. This started about 3 years ago when I first met Charles. He introduced me to two young gentlemen that taught me how to trade, gave me my foundation. Since then, I've been profitable. I've made money. I've lost money. Um, but the main goal has always been to pass the knowledge on to other brothers, and that's what I continuously do. Like when O'Shea hit me up and said he had somebody I needed help, I helped out the young lady, and I also helped out a couple of other brothers to become profitable in trading. And that's was part of the black man's option, right? Was to live, not only visit Brazil, but the Charles' vision was to live in Brazil, and YouTube and trading was a part of that vision. And I have become successful in what I was doing, and my job now, in turn, with respect with Charles, and what I told him I would do was I would work on bringing that business or entrepreneurial spirit to the group, so guys can make money while they're abroad. It may not be permanent, but while you're trading, while you're traveling the world, you should be able to still make money, and that's what I've been doing for the past 3 years. Um, what I'm doing now for brothers in the group is I'm trying to create a platform, educational platform, so they can come on, view content, view videos um, at their leisure, and kind of take it from there. When a lot of guys hit me up, I usually refer them to a site called babypips.com, and they have a free educational course um, that people can take for absolutely free, 100% free, that can get you the foundation of trading. And when I say foundation, I mean verbiage. I mean what are things? What is
Mm-hmm.
the market? What are trends? Things of that nature. All the stuff you learn in the very beginning, and then after that, you can jump into different courses and trade the way you want to. And that's what I did with the young lady that O'Shea referred me to. I sent her the baby pips, and then we had a conversation after she went through her courses. We then could have a conversation about trading to where she wouldn't be left behind. So when I started talking about different trade styles and methodologies and things that she could use to in her quest to be financially free,
Okay.
she was on page with that, and then now she's become her own trader, her own profitable, her own right. So what I'm doing with that right now is I'm creating a platform myself. For guys that don't know, I have a tech background, so I'm creating the platform on the Amazon platform, and I'm going to have videos up. I'm going to have live trade sessions. I'm going to show guys different strategies and methodologies. I want guys to have a place that we can always go to learn how to do this stuff that is not controlled by somebody else that don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm working on right now. But in the meantime, I'm trading every day, man. My motto is $100 a day. If you check out my Instagram, you'll see my trades that I put up. I trade right now Nadex, which is another form of Forex, just on a different platform. Nadex is basically the U.S. standard for binary options. And that's what we do every day, man. We try to get better with trading, and I try to be as upfront as I can. But for everybody listening, man, trading it's a commitment. It's not a get rich overnight. If you're looking for that, that's not the place. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you see these guys on Instagram and Facebook and Forex talking about they made billions of dollars last week, and it takes time to get to that. I mean, I'm
Right.
not saying it's impossible, but it takes time, and you have to understand. the biggest thing in trading, whether it be stocks, forex, anything, is consistency. So you have to learn. Like I can make $6,000 today and lose $7,000 tomorrow. I got to be
Right.
consistent. So that's what I try to key into all my people is consistency. Whatever you do today, make money. Whatever money management strategy you use, keep it consistent. And then, because when you're gonna have bad days, everyone's gonna have bad trading days. But you gotta know how to manage those days as well as managing the good days.
All right. No, and I want to just say that because to Annie, who actually goes to the same school that I'm in, I saw her the other day, and I have totally forgot that I introduced her to you, and she was like, "Yeah, Teddy, because here in medical school they don't give you like a whole lot of money that you can pretty much survive off of
Mm-hmm.
for the things that you need, and because of the things that you taught her, man, like she's able to do a lot of other things, so." Shout out to Kevin, not only helping out, the brothers, but helping out other people as well, and this is what it's all about. It's about bringing black men together to do great things. Let me shout out to the brother Dwayne 2827 for the $10 super chat. For the other you brothers out there, like I always say, I appreciate you guys. I always try to say this, on the platform. We always have the same people that supporting the show, the Julians, the Dougs, the Eric P's, the brothers like that. The Life Machine Power. Shout out to Oshay and company that support me on YouTube and Patreon. Okay, all right. Shout out to that brother. I've seen them before here. But I always like to see new brothers step into play if you feel that you've been benefiting from this, even if it's just $1. And not that $1 is a lot of money, but it just shows that as black men, you appreciate the platform and you help us get bigger, right? Because I'm gonna help, the brothers try to get wherever they can get as far as, to this. I went down there to Rio de Janeiro, checked it out for myself before I wanted to put my effort behind the trip. So it's just good, to support the brothers, right? Charles Tyler was a black man about supporting. So if you're a new person never donated, there's nothing to put $1 in or $2 in super chat just to let us know, like, hey, brothers, we appreciate the content. We're working as black men, bringing you the best content that we have with brothers, connecting you to brothers, right away. So I appreciate all you brothers. Let's get the likes up real quick. 223. Let me ask you this: do you think, as a brother, that you would be able to? And I'm gonna subscribe to you right now, Life Machine Power. Do you think that you could be able to live in Brazil?
For me, I think at the retirement stage I could. If I was gonna retire, I would live in Brazil. I couldn't live there now. I just have so many. I have so many opportunities here in the States right now to make money that I'm exploring. But for me, I couldn't do it right now. But I know for some brothers they could.
Okay.
If you're talking about, and for some brothers that are thinking about it, don't let me discourage you. But if you're talking about infrastructure, Copacabana definitely has the infrastructure for you guys to live good. I would say Salvador Bahia is getting there. They're not there yet.
Okay.
Because they're still building and they're not really like they're kind of sea-lock. They're kind of sea-lock, so all their goods come in over the on the water.
Okay.
So that the infrastructure isn't as robust as Rio's is. But if you guys are working from home or having internet-based businesses that you're going to do while you're out there, I would say you can do that from Rio. They do have the internet infrastructure to get those things done. But for me, like I said, I just have too many opportunities in the States that I'm kind of exploring right now. So yeah.
Let me shout out to my brother Albert Roper, man, for the 499 super chat. Good to see that, brother. I've never seen him before on the super chat, but thank you so much, bro. I appreciate all of you brothers. Let's talk about that because when I was in Rio, for the brothers who are thinking about going out there, for me, I always like to test the internet connectivity wherever I'm going. I did see a lot of Vivo stores there. And Vivo has a really good internet connection. You could even get up to 300 megabits per second, which is like damn good for a place. And Odinga went to Bahia. So Odinga was in Bahia, but let's talk about the brothers who are living there because Portuguese is something that you need to have. Unfortunately, Odinga, we was there at Ipanema Beach. He was just like man, it was like nothing to him to talk to the waiter and the waitress. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck was going on. But let's talk about Portuguese and how necessary it is, because even in Poland, English is spoken a whole lot, especially with the younger crowd. Everybody speaks English. Nobody doesn't speak English, you know?
Okay.
But for the most part. But what about, Portuguese? Like in Salvador Bahia, who speaks English in Salvador Bahia?
So nobody speak English. Nah, man, you may see honestly one. You may get a cab driver that speaks a little English,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, man, nobody speaks English in Salvador that much. Maybe we get to a hotel, they have a person that speaks English, but like I said, man, for the most part, it's all Portuguese, man. You gotta learn something in Portuguese. You gotta learn some phrases in Portuguese at least. You gotta learn like how to ask for stuff, how
Mm-hmm.
much stuff is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to say hello, good night, simple things like that. You know what I mean? Um, just to kind of get around. You know what I mean? Just to ask like, where's the bathroom, and the baño, whatever. But Portuguese is similar to Spanish, but it's not. So for the guys that speak Spanish, if you speak Spanish fluently, you go down to Brazil, you will be able to speak to Brazilians. They'll understand you, but
Mm-hmm.
you may not understand them. You know what I mean? So for guys that come down and be like, "Oh, I speak Spanish. It's similar. I could go." Nah, you gotta learn some of the lingo. But what I would say with guys is, learn the basic stuff, man. Learn how to say hi, bye, excuse me. Um, how to do basic stuff. Where's the bathroom? How much does this cost? You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Those are key, man. You gotta learn that stuff because outside of the airport, even in Copacabana, man, a lot of people are not talking English. You can go to restaurants that are on the beach. A lot of them, some waiters they know more English than others, but they always light up when you speak Portuguese to them. You can tell the difference when you talk English to them. They're like, eh. When you start talking Portuguese, they start smiling, and it's a different experience altogether. So when I say for guys, man, download that Duolingo or whatever app you guys may have to learn, and just take the time, an hour a day, man. Get your pencil tape. What I used to do before my first trip to Brazil, man, I used to ride the train to work, and my train ride was like 40 minutes. I get a penciler, put it on my phone, and I go through the whole penciler on the way to work, and I be talking to myself, whatever, oi to the bang, or if I learn pouco português, anything that they were telling me, I'll be just talking to myself. And people be looking at me, but I'm like, yo, I'm trying to learn a language. So whenever you can get the time in, man, just pop it in. If you were driving to work, put it in. You know what I'm saying? Just learn some phrases because trust me, it's a big difference between learning some Portuguese, even if it's a little bit, and knowing no Portuguese. So
Okay. So you guys know that, man. I will say this really in the defense of those brothers. And shout out to brother Andy with the $5 super chat. You brothers know, like when you guys support, even if it's a like on the video, all of that shit counts. So let me do this real quick. For those brothers who want to hook up with my man Kev, his Facebook is in the description. And then also do me a favor, man. I would love for you brothers to like the video. We have 230 people watching right now. This shit is funny, nigga. What's so funny about it? Let me time your bitch ass out, cause ain't nothing funny. This is no goddamn joke, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? This is funny. Your mama's funny, nigga. All right. These niggas always playing with me, dog. Like, why do you niggas come in my chat playing with me? Shout out. Hate my job. About to leave for less pay. Is that a mistake? Stebo. All right, Kev. Go ahead and answer that, man, because maybe you might be able to answer that because you were working and then you transition into what you're doing now.
yeah,
When is a good time that you would say like to quit the job, or when did you quit your job? Because you actually moved to the West Coast from
yeah.
Harlem. So how were you able to attack that?
Um. So 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 it's a little different to how. So what I was doing was aside from just forex, I was always looking for entrepreneurial opportunities, right? So
All right.
what I did was, and then for this is for brothers that all over the country, if you're looking for opportunities, just look at things around you that can make you money. So for example, I discovered ATM machines. I discovered that I could buy an ATM machine, I could put money in it, I could put it in the store. You know what I mean? So what I did was, I took my tax return money. So all that money that brothers get back, if you get like a couple $1,000 back at the end of the year, if you get 1,500, whatever, I took that money and I said, how can I invest this into something that's gonna make me money while I travel? Because after you come, like again, guys, after you come back from Brazil and DR, your mindset is how do I get back or how do I get to the next destination? So that's what
Right.
my mindset was. How do I make money even while I'm sleeping? And one day I was, I saw a young lady, you know, changing out the money in an ATM machine, and I was like, how do I do that? And she was like, yo, just go online and look for Google ATM machines. You'll find some. And I
Okay.
found one, and that's how I bought my first one. And that made me, to this day, that makes me $117 a month without doing nothing. I don't even live in New York no more. I pay somebody to fill it up. All I do is wait for the check to come in every month.
Mhm.
So that's one thing. You guys just have to kind of think outside of the box, and then from that, I actually um, I was working, and then I got an opportunity with the OG Mark Laus to come out and invest into his truck business. So he had a shuttle service for the airport that he had a franchise with, and he's like, "Yo, you want a van? You get a driver." So what I did was I came out to Cali, um, invested in him with him, and then I found a driver, found a Lyft driver, and I was like, "Dude, you want to drive for us?" Like, yeah. And he got down, and that's a brother that I met in Mexico from just traveling, who invited me into his home and invited me into his business, and I invested into his business. And then I ended up just staying out here. So I'm always looking for opportunities, and for brothers out there that are looking, you know, to get into a business is not as hard as you think, and don't let anyone discourage you from doing that. You know what I mean? If you in any state in the United States, it could take you up to 5 clicks to get your LLC, and that's real talk. All you got to do is go to your state's business website, which is usually, if it's New York, it's New York City .gov or New York business dash New York City .gov or whatever.
Mhm.
You go there, register your LLC, you pay your fee online. Boom, 5 minutes, you got a certificate that has your LLC. You go onto IRS.com, you go to register for EIN number. That's how you get your tax ID number
Right.
for free. You get that, boom, boom, bam. So in 5 clicks, your business is
You're in there.
established in your state. So for guys who think it's hard, it's not. You just got to look at whatever your state's requirements are. Like in California, I have a business in New York and I have one in California. And all it took me was a letter. I mailed a letter out to California, paid them $75. They sent me back my LLC. I got my tax ID. Now I'm creating my own shuttle service between Vegas and California, because Vegas, they're about to open up they got the Raiders moving to Vegas in two
Right.
years. They got a soccer team coming. They got an NBA team coming. So where am I gonna take my investments to? I'm gonna take it to Vegas because I know people gonna want to go out there. You know what I'm saying? And see
Right.
those events. So for guys who thinking about it, man, just look at the things around you and figure out how they can work to how they can make sense for you, man. Because that's what I did. That's all I did. I look at what's around me. I
Mhm.
do a little research on what's upcoming, um, and I take it to that. And hopefully, this time next year, O'Shea, I would love to do another one because I'm trying to get into this marijuana game out here.
Okay.
So I really want to shed light on that for brothers also, because as marijuana has disenfranchised a lot of families, but this is a way for us to make money. So I'm trying to get into that so I can make money, give guys jobs, and really educate them on that aspect. Also, that's what I'm doing my research on. So it don't stop. It keeps going. But like I said, for guys that are thinking about getting rid of their jobs and all that stuff, the best thing for you to do, and you could Google this or you YouTube it or Google it, is you need to run your personal finances as if people run their business, right? You need to look at everything as cash flow. And just that's all you look at it as. How much cash flow do I have every month compared to my bills, after my bills? That's your cash flow. So you take your income minus your expenses, and then that's your cash flow. And then out of that cash flow, you make a choice of where you want to be. You can invest in dividends. You can talk to a financial advisor and get dividends. And if guys don't know what dividends are, that's opportunity to invest in a company and they pay you for your investment. And it's not a whole bunch of money. It's 20 cents, 30 cents here, but that shit add up, man, and that's for the rest of your life.
Right.
So it may not be a bunch of money coming in, guys, but you want income flowing in. That's all you want, man. That's all you want.
Right. Right. And so that's another thing, man. Like, again, we're trying to, like I said, man, get you brothers out there to do certain things. We brought, Glendon Cameron on a few weeks ago. We had Erica Williams on a few weeks ago. We had Dr. Kenyon Meadows, who'll be back this week. So, we want you brothers to have fun, you know what I'm saying, to go to these different places and meet, different kind of women, different lifestyle. But we're also very concerned about, you know what I'm saying, you networking with the right people, getting your business on, getting your money on and stuff like that, because we want you black men to be very successful in life and whatever you're trying to do. And that's all these channels are about, is giving black men an opportunity to come together and share best practices and things like that. I don't know what Kev, what else did you have? And also, I got the itinerary. Kev, do you have like a link for the itinerary that's going to be on for the beach party and all that? Or
We got a link, but it's to the actual group. I could give it to you though. Let me see if I can get that for you. Hold on 1 second. I think because the group is in. I can send it to you though. Let me see if I can get a. Actually, let me see if I can get a PDF real quick. Get a PDF version. Yeah, I can work on getting that for you, Oshay. Just give me
all
one
right.
second.
So also, what I'll do is this: for brothers who are interested in the itinerary of the beach party with Black Jet Setters Group, what you can do is add Kev on Facebook. It's okay for him to do that, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You can add your brother can add me.
You can go to the description, Adam, and let me just say this real quick about the chats, guys. Listen, you know what I mean. Don't orange me in the chat, right? Like you can say hello to me or whatever, but don't orange me, because like that's like, if you want to like participate in the conversation, stuff like that, then that's what super chat's for. All right, that's why YouTube specifically made the super chat feature. So if you wanted me to say something to you or whatever, that's how you do it with the creator. That's how I run the rules on my channel. So if you have a comment, you can just put it there, but do not orange me. I always talk to people that don't do that. All right, do not highlight my name and say that in during the stream. It's one of the rules of my things. Don't do it. Okay. So, anyways, you can go into the description. You can add my man, Kevin Teddy Waffler, if you know what I'm saying. If you want to talk to him on Facebook, he'll talk to you, all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else in particular, bro, that you wanted to really kind of, you know what I'm saying, to speak on?
Man, nothing much, man. I just tell brothers, man, like, enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy your passport. Get them stamps up. Um, it's the black man's option. It's your option. You know what I'm saying? However you want to go in this world, it's up to you, man. You don't got to come to Brazil. You don't got to go to the DR. You can go to Thailand, Colombia, Japan, Europe, Africa. Man, just exercise your option, man. That's really what it comes down to. Exercise your option and have fun, man, and do what you love. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. But everybody is more than welcome to inbox me. I have no problems. If I don't get back to you right away, please don't take offense to it. Don't take it personal. I talk to a whole bunch of people every day about different things, but what we trying to do is celebrate life, man. Charles Tyler brought us all together. Without Charles Tyler, I wouldn't possibly know nothing about any of this, like traveling or O'Shea or the Negro Manosphere or any of the brothers that I have met on these trips, man, that I have bonds with. I would never have met them without Charles. So without him, man, I would be, a regular dude just trying to figure it out. But yeah, man, for the guys that are on the fence, man, just come. If you have the means to come, man. Enjoy life, come, have fun. You know what I'm saying? The most you're gonna do is make a memory. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, then just kick it with brothers and have a good time and you go home and say you don't like it. It don't matter to us. We gonna still get it popping out here next year. But for the guys that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, are on the fence, if you're worried about coming by yourself, just come on down in November, man. There's gonna be plenty of guys. Trust me, everybody is cool. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that is gonna be there in November, It's gonna be cool, bro. You gonna talk to him about any and everything. I didn't talk to brothers about everything, man. There's brothers out there that do everything. So more than likely, you're gonna run into a brother that does the same thing that you do. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, like I said, man, just come on down, enjoy yourself.
Right. And again, I'm gonna start promoting it on my vlogs. I'll make a commercial for it, you know what I'm saying? On the behalf of one of my
Appreciate
mentors,
that. Appreciate that.
which is Charles Tyler. You know what I'm saying? I really love Charles Tyler a whole lot. He's an inspiration to me. And we'll never be, what he is, but guys like, um, Kev, guys like Taylor Made Dreams, we're kind of like the Voltron that kind of growing up, after he's passed on. You guys know that in NegroManosphere.com, the highest award that anybody can win is the Charles Tyler Writer of the Year Award, the Charles Tyler Dating Coach of the Year Award, the Charles Tyler Black YouTuber of the Year Award. And, we spent over $800 sending out plaques, posthumously this year. And a lot of that has to do with, kind of the teachings of Charles Tyler, black men working together, you know what I mean? Black men working together for what's important for black men, not what's important for, the community all the time, but it's important for black men to do things that they want to do and providing information to other brothers. So, like I said, I named my awards, and Alan Roger Curry did win all of those awards. So even though Alan Roger Curry doesn't know Charles Tyler, guess what? He knows Charles Tyler every day when he wakes up and sees Charles Tyler names on those awards. So it just goes to show you, how a person can have an impact on your life, and everything like that. So I want to thank you. But another brother, thank you, producer for real. Dropped another $10. Good show, Oshay. What up, Kev? Talk about the no stress factor in Brazil. Let's talk about that real quick, brother.
So we could talk about it, man. I mean, it's like he said, no stress. I mean, your day is gonna your biggest thing in your day is probably going to be getting up, figuring out what you're gonna eat for the day, man. You know what I mean? I mean, that's gonna be it, man. If you want to sit at the beach all day and chill, I mean, November usually has decent weather. I know that's usually the end of the Brazilian's rainy season, going into the summer. But man, it's no stress, man. Like you said, you just get up, you do what you got to do, and you head out the house, man, and you out. You catch up with the dudes, get some breakfast, figure out what the day's mission is gonna be. You go hit the mall up, you go see the tours or whatever. You come back home, you get ready for that night, and then you enjoy yourself, man. You do it over the next day, man. There's no stress. Um, at all. And I know guys see the videos of people getting robbed and all that other foolishness, man. I've been to Rio de Janeiro 3 times and Salvador, man. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Let me put it that way. But I have never got never been any issues with anybody doing anything to me. You know what I'm saying? That the most that you'll hear from guys is, you'll get tried if they think you slipping. You know what I'm saying? If you're out there getting drunk and all that stuff and trying to, do a big Willie style like that and walk around drunk and all that, you make yourself a target. But that's anywhere. But other than that, man, you don't get no problems from nobody, man. I ain't have no static anywhere I was. But I'm always be respectful of the culture and other people, and you'll be all right. You'll be straight,
Right.
man.
Yeah, keep your senses about you. And like I said, you know me, I love Ipanema. So my rule is this: whenever I go to a place, I ask, what's the best area? Even though I got robbed in South Africa by the police, but that's another story. They got a nigga. But again, brothers, you know what I mean? We're gonna do I won't be able to do another show tonight because I got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, go to bed and everything. But shout out to you brothers, man, that have really took this in. We'll be bringing on Kev more about the beach party. He is an organizer there. The beach party's always cracked. The Charles Tyler Beach Party Week. There have been years where they've had at least 40 to 50 brothers come across the United States. Shout out to Tim Gillespie, bro. Thank you so much, Oshay, OG Dollar. Thank you, brother, man. I like to see brothers, man, coming in that I typically don't see in the super chat. Thank you, fam. I appreciate that. You don't know how much we appreciate the brothers coming in, man, and supporting. So we're going to bring Kev back, man. Hopefully get Kev into these panels. I don't know if you know these, Kevin, but we have like these little debate panels every day.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like, not really debating, but just kind of just talking. So hopefully we get you on And some of the moderators, man, we'll have to get some of y'all on too, man. Marcus, I know Marcus gonna come in here and tear it up. So, brothers, we'll be on tomorrow night. Anything else you want to talk about, Kev?
Nah, man. Everybody just be good and have fun. I'll see y'all in the airport, man.
See y'all in the airport. All right. And so again, shout out to Black Jet Setters. Shout out to the Black Man's Options Group, man. Aaron Ferris, all you brothers out there that have been building. Teddy Doyle, you know what I mean? Al Greaves, the whole Charles Tyler clan, Raphael, a lot of good brothers over there, man, doing a lot of great things, you know, living that expat life. So we're just trying to keep you brothers encouraged, man, and let you brothers know that, you know, all these black men have been like where you were, never traveled. Some of y'all, you know, never been someplace and didn't know that. But, you know, now these guys have connections and infrastructures built up. So if you want to get somewhere, it's easy for you to get that place. So thank you so much, brothers, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Peace.
Peace.